welcome to SGDC. I'm your at the resource host. First SGDC of the year, so we're gonna start off with something and then we'll end the year with something else. And like usual, I want to remind all the speakers that don't hit the mic to turn it off. Instead, we have a button on the Steam Deck. Stream Deck. You can click here, because when you hit this one to turn it off, everybody online goes like, ah! First one up is Shoo!
Yes, I gotta download something because my build wasn't working, but hopefully it'll work now. Basically, I did a game jam a few months ago. And I'm now working on the game further, and I kind of just wanted to talk about it a little bit. It's a game called I'ma Let You Cook that's about cooking an omelet to hit ever-increasing score thresholds. Okay, I don't know why. Oh, sure. Hopefully this works. It's basically, like I said, it's a roguelike. It's largely inspired by Balatro. I've been working on it. How do I make sound go bye-bye? For a few months now. UI and stuff is very much work in progress, but I just kind of wanted to show. Basically, how it works is you get this omelet. You've got a conveyor belt at the bottom, and you get ingredients. When you hit start, 3 of the ingredients will come out, and you basically want to pick one. The UI is broken on this, but basically each ingredient has different base scoring rules. This one just gives you 2 points when you put it on. And then the bell pepper, for example, when you put it next to it, it'll give you 3 points for every meat that it's touching. So if you do something like this, then you can see you're trying to hit this target score. I've already got 10. I can throw one more on there, and I'll get more points. There's a lot of systems and stuff, like there's a customer over on the left that has some optional objectives. I just added yesterday after playtesting with Remy that basically, like, if you do better or play slightly differently, you'll get more points. In between each round, you get to pick more ingredients to add. So there's a veggie bundle here. I've spent money, now I can add another veggie. So this one is... you get 1 point for everything that touches it. This gives you 2 points for everything that's beneath it, etc. Every ingredient has its own kind of scoring rules. So this is one of the customers. He throws eggs on the omelet, so you want to throw those off. Otherwise, they'll give you minus points. And this is kind of the core loop of the game. You're mainly just kind of doing this again and again, but with ever-increasing patterns. So now I've got this parsley I put it on, and it's worth a lot because there's a lot of stuff underneath it. Like I said, it's largely inspired by Balatro, so I'm particularly interested if anyone here really likes Balatro. I would really love if you came and playtested. Anytime, feel free to bug me. But also, tomorrow playtesting, I'll be there. And I'm trying to, before I leave in a couple of weeks, I'm trying to have kind of like the core finished. I think I've got the design in a place where it works, but there's a lot of stuff that's maybe confusing. Like, you might not. I'm trying to make sure that everyone understands, like, why are you scoring the amount of points you're getting. There's some stuff that I've done to display that I hope is clear, but I need to playtest more to confirm that. This is essentially the game. I'm aiming to release it sometime in early March. And that's pretty much it. I mainly just wanted to kind of share what I've been working on for people that haven't playtested it yet. And that's all. Any questions? Yeah, Brian?
You mentioned about releasing in March potentially.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Is there any particular logic behind it? Do you have a Steam page up for a while with it? Or?
Yes, there is a Steam page up. You can wishlist it on Steam. There's not a super yeah, big reason aside from like I wanted to set a goal for myself of releasing a game in about 6 months, and it's shortly after a Steam Next Fest, so seems like a logical enough time to release. It's probably a little bit more ambitious than like of a release date than is maybe realistic, but I feel like I've been putting enough work to get it there, and I guess we'll see. But like my goal after working on like longer projects is like I want to do like kind of 6-month-ish projects. So I've tried to scope it and like steal enough stuff from other games like Balatro that I don't have to invent everything from the ground up. So we'll see. I'm hoping that what I'm making is feasible to make in that time and has like an actual audience is the goal. Okie dokie. Thank you, everyone.
Next up is P for Paul.
All right, so this week I thought I'd do something different. I'm going to be talking about marketing and the importance of tags and genres. So there's not too many graphics because I just kind of threw it together, but let's see what we got. So I wanted to start off by letting everybody know that marketing starts before you start your game. When you pick your genre, you can look at the data and see what sells, maybe work your game around what is popular right now, follow the trends if you're interested in a popular game. Tons of genres may actually hurt your game's marketing performance. For example, like hero shooters. People already have their hero shooter that they love to play. You probably don't need to make one. They need a game that is their not hero shooter so that they can kind of work into it. The exception, of course, being if you crush it in advertising and appeal. And then certain genres like roguelike, card games, city builder, crafting, etc. Usually have massive appeal. And if a genre seems too intimidating and you feel like you want to branch out into a new genre, you're always welcome to look up tutorials online. There's so many tutorials and learning resources that you can make appealing games in the genre that you want. This is a graph showing different genres, how much appeal and money they have, and how many are in each section. You can't really see the names. It's so tiny, but take my word for it. There is a video online by Chris Zukowski, and that is where the chart is from. So here we have not all tags and genres are equal. Some tags and genres are weighted above others, and here's why. Tags are basically groups of people with similar interests. So if you have a tag, I should state that most of my information is coming from itch.io. So if you have people looking for certain things, they will find them in the tags. Tags that may describe your game perfectly may not be what people are actually searching for. Save those for the title and capsule images. So I'm going to explain more about that later. We got a couple of popular tags: adult, horror, anime. Tons of people are using these tags. Can you guess which when I changed my tags? This is an actual graph from my Graphtreon on Patreon. Let's see. Tags are things, not feels. Okay, so this is interesting. So tags should be things that are featured in the game that people will actually want to search for. So these are physical things in the game, like I can't think of anything. I'm floundering up here. The capsules should be designed with all the adjectives and feels that describe your game. So if you want a game that is kind of cute or dark or has comedy, save that for the title and for the image capsule, which is basically your thumbnail. You only get a limited amount of tags on itch, so make sure you use the most efficient ones. Steal tags. It is not a crime to steal tags from games that are similar to yours. Tags are not original to any game, and having unique tags actually hurts people from finding similar games to popular games. So find a popular game that's similar to yours and see which tags they use and which ones you can take for your own. Tags will connect your games together, the popular one and yours, to boost you in the algorithm, and their success will help you indirectly. And then next week is going to be my last full week at Spell, so I figured I would try to decide if we want to do one on Patreon, which I also have a lot of experience in, or the itch.io algorithm, which I have quite a bit of experience in. And will we have any questions tonight? Yes.
So, do you know if any of this configuration is relatable to Steam at all, or is it mainly just itch that you think that is like?
I haven't successfully released a game on Steam yet, so I'm not going to say for sure that it is good, but definitely check out Chris Zukowski if you want to know more about Steam. Okay.
I would say it is.
All right. I think that's it.
Next up, Lena.
Okay, so things are moving fast, very fast. It's a new year, and I'm waking up to the reality that Broken Alliance is actually gonna be released in early access in 15th January. So we have been working on it for more than 3 years. That's a thing. So I was looking at what we have done recently, and a lot of people posted overviews of a bunch of the art. So I was like, I'm gonna share you some of the art stuff that we have made, because I was looking at these, and I haven't done one of these for a while. It was 28th of these SGDC presentations with the Broken Alliance thing, but I haven't done it for such a long time. So basically, I'm the art director for this game, while doing the overall direction for Craft as well. So I also wanted to keep my hands on some of the pixel art itself, because I always made pixel art in game jams, and I loved it, and I was like, I want to make a pixel art game now, which is actually having time to actually make good looking pixel art. So satisfying. So this is our team for the art. Raido makes concept art, Fran is making character animations, and we have 3 people who on different times have been making environment art, freelancers. And Jay, yes, the Jay that you all know as well, is doing VFX now for us as well. And starting with the concept art, because Raido has been amazing. He just draws and draws things, and this is how he draws on paper. So these are designs for cards for in our game, and pencil drawings, and then that's the basis of it all, basically. I really love the way that he colors everything in as well. I asked for sketches, but he decided to make them all basically fancy card designs, choosing the colors already and everything. So then he takes these, and another thing, just cleaned them up a bit, but it's just his drawings. That's on paper. It's wild. I don't know. And then we make it into pixel art. The card edge designs are made by me, and then the environment artists are making the illustrations into the cards from the sketches, basically. Sketches, fully made pictures, more like. Then we have better. Then we have environment stuff, and I made this very simple background thingy, and it looked like this. And when Jay joined our team, was like, hey, maybe I could make the fog better. And now it looks like this, and it makes such a big difference to the game. It also moves, but I don't have a gift for this right now. But just the cosmos of it gives it such a different feel for the whole game, basically. another picture of that. Then we have him also making some shader magic art effects for things happening on the screen. Then all of our character art that is made by Ro is very no Fran not Ro is very pixel art, frame by frame, all of it. And he recently posted that we have all of our characters with all the different colors in here, basically ready. And we are only working on our last character right now, I think, which is this laser cat that shoots lasers from his eyes. We left the best for the last, I guess. But yeah, so amazing to look back at all of this years of work, kind of, where people, I didn't put the other one. Actually, we do matching the same font but non-pixel art on the other side. I forgot to put it. I just wanted to say that you have a bit of that font in here, so you can change the pixel font now into a regular one for people who have trouble with it, even though everything in our game is pixel art, but we still want to be accessible with it. All of the UI stuff, we did have like UI designers who made like the layouts, kind of. We still have to change the layout. Some things are a bit crammed and whatever, but it's just nice seeing the things come together. All of the elements of the UI are drawn by me, all the buttons, and also all of the resources, like shiny little things that you feel like you wanna grab. So yeah, making that kind of stuff, and more shiny tiny items and artifacts and pixel art, and yes, very satisfying. So it will be different for all the factions, but for the early access, we will only have the Anchorage right now, but we will start putting all of the others in as well. They are as enemies at this moment. But yeah, if you have any questions around that, and also please wishlist, because a few weeks until that, the best time to wishlist it if you haven't done that yet. Yeah, exciting. Any questions? Yes.
What's your favorite thing that you worked on Broken Lines?
Actually, I think I am so happy for the overall for the character customization. I loved making that, all the different hairstyles and clothes, and we have like different species like mermaids and stuff, and I was able to do mounts, like crazy mounts like buffaloes or big spider tigers or unicorns, golden unicorn, come on. What could top that? So I love character creations myself very much, and that adds to the fantasy so much of making your own character and going to that fantasy. Yes. Yeah.
Those hand-drawn sketches in the beginning, did he really draw the same thing like 3 times every time?
Oh yeah, so how he works, it's what he actually he works on these kind of things is what he does oftentimes, well, this is actually moved I think, but oftentimes how he does it is he makes a sketch, then he makes a more clean version on top of it with a light board.
Oh.
So he uses light board super heavily and just wants to make changes in things, then he actually redraws it on the light board and then makes a new version that is even cleaner. So then you end up with these super clean and cool drawings, and he can sometimes put them together in digitally as well, but mostly it's all by hand, and it's kind of even a shame that we get to that state and then we do pixel art from it, but we can use this for something for sure, these amazing drawings. Yeah, it's just very cool. Yes.
You go to the second last slide, I think,
Second last. That's
with the town screen.
okay.
Who
This
did
one?
the art for the town screen? I know who did it, but
Oh,
I want
yeah.
to highlight that art.
We had like Jorge
did all of the big sketches.
making all the like down screen stuff. All of the five big down screens are made by one person because we wanted them to have their own kind of more painterly style for these and keep it for those only. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Next up, Marit, du är färdig.
Thank you. Let me just turn up the volume. See if we're gonna use it. Okay. Hi, it's been 9 weeks. It's our season finale because we're leaving soon. But
We're leaving on the 9th.
yeah, we're leaving on the 9th, but we're doing a progress update on whodunit.
Yes.
So we implemented the press and strike zone screens that we mentioned in our last presentation. The press screen we've talked about before, but the strike zone, just quickly, it's a screen that when a player chooses an option that is plausible, it's possible that it could be the right answer, but requires further elaboration. They get a chance to clarify what they mean by choosing something. So that kind of addresses the thing of like, maybe a player is frustrated because they thought this was the answer, but the game doesn't think it is. So we allow them the chance to clarify with this. So it's more responsive to what the player believes.
Also, Howie is a pitcher instead of a batter.
Oh yeah, now he doesn't bat, he pitches.
You have to find out when you play.
We added some rotating stuff and 2.5D elements because they're fun. So actually, it all started with the little review at the bottom. They pop up and you can rotate them around. And then I messed up and I made them like, instead of move, they shifted hue based on mouse position. So that turned into the cards over there because I was like, wait, that's kind of cool. And I ended up releasing it as an itch.io asset. So you can get it if you want. And yeah.
We've been poking at hints again, which means I get to make more spreadsheets, which is my favorite thing. And so how it works is that it's very granular and there's all sorts of little things that change over time. But one of the things I wanted is that none of the buttons change. It's always one thing is a reminder of what I'm doing. One thing is a hint of how to do what I'm doing. So that if people like, sometimes they just want to remember what they're doing without getting a hint, because then it's like, but I want to do the puzzle myself, but I also want to remember what I'm doing. So that's what that's for. And then if you actually need a hint, then you can ask Wyatt, the character there, to be like, hey, can you give me a hint? And he'll do it. And I need a spreadsheet because it's very granular and a lot of work and very easy to get lost in the weeds because all the triggers that change them are all over the script, like all over the code. So it's really hard, but I think it'll be fine.
We did some more UI UX tweaks. So for example, now if you hover over an item that you've already examined, a check mark shows up. So that way people can understand what they've clicked on or not. And we can also refresh it. So for example, if an item has changed in any way, shape, or form, then it will be reflected, like the check mark won't be there anymore. So the player can tell like, oh wait, there's something new, right? And also we have a history screen that works now. So you can read back what, like if you maybe click too fast, you can just go to the pause menu and see what characters have said before. And yeah, it's a quality of life changes.
And I said this before, that he was getting a final design. It's for real now.
Yeah.
This time for sure. But I actually feel very, very happy with it. I don't think I'm going to change anything. I think it's kind of the best compromise in terms of looking like a real 3D shape and also kind of like still kind of having the like, not quite cartoony, but still kind of stylized vibe that I like. And I've only made like a couple things that change, like he only has those 2 poses and his head can change position in either one, so it's actually 4 now. And then actually the ears have their own thing that they can change, and the eyes, and then the mouth, so all of those things can change independently. So I already have lots of combinations just from those things. So I'm really excited. Yeah.
Okay, we have, a little video. And just first off, we started putting some audio into the game. And we have a very exciting one from someone you guys know. But
I think
let me.
the audio is way down to 0 at the
Oh,
moment.
I turned it up
Oh,
before.
okay.
Yeah, so.
It was quiet on stream. Oh,
So. Oh, it was on what?
it was quiet on stream.
Oh no.
Because that's only the TV there.
Oh, sorry, stream people.
My bad.
You get nothing.
Play
Okay,
again.
you will get something then. I will repeat my little dance. Okay. So we have investigation music, and that was a little snippet of it, and we also have a music manager. So Hannibal from Calcium Chaos fame, he made this track for us, and we're very happy with it. And he made it with dynamic audio in mind. He was awesome to work with. So he will be working with us for future music. We will have an original soundtrack. We also struggled a lot with Ren'Py audio because, again, in series of things that Ren'Py wasn't built to do, but we wanted to make it happen. So we built like a music managing system within Ren'Py. I have a little demo of it right here. I'm gonna just talk. Via the instrument name, you can just say like, okay, turn the drums down.
I do have to highlight that he made all of the tools to make this possible. That
Yeah.
invented all of this.
That was very hard to do because
He went kind of crazy for a whole day, but he did it.
I was so stressed out, but we managed to pull through.
Is the mic on?
Yeah, I turned it on. Wait. Okay, there. And lastly, we also started to take marketing more seriously. Actually, it's been fine, you know? People like the characters, are interacting with us, and it's been very nice. It keeps us very accountable. And also, people have made memes.
It's so validating. I've never had this happen before. But people make memes about your characters before they even know anything about them. So cool, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's very nice. If you're not following us, you should follow us. And yeah, we are very excited. We're very happy, and we will continue to do that.
Yes.
So that's it on the whodunit side. Sadly, we will be leaving on the 9th. This is what we're going to look like when we leave. Except maybe we'll have to get it checked back because all the shit we have, but...
Fun fact, I made this little drawing, but as I put it in, we discovered that he was also making the same drawing, and we were just doing it at the same time without telling each other.
Yeah. Like,
because we had the same idea.
There's a version of these, but I drew them.
Anyway.
Yeah, we had a blast. Here's some things we did, like meeting some awesome friends.
We said a lot of this before.
Yeah, we said this in the like a 2025 presentation.
It's basically the same thing. The new thing is that we were trusted to use the dishwasher. That's new. Thank you.
That was very new, and that was very fun. We were volunteers for like a week.
It means something to me. I was trusted.
Yeah, it was very nice.
All this stuff you already know. What's next? We're gonna go home.
We're gonna rest.
We're gonna pet our dogs.
We're gonna pet our dogs, absolutely. We're gonna work on whodunit. We're gonna get these 3 stages out, We're gonna keep doing marketing as much as it hurts.
Yeah.
Maybe Mexico trip. I mean, meeting up would be awesome. So in some way, shape, or form, I think we'll meet up. We're gonna plan where we're coming back. You know, you are not getting rid of us that easily. Sorry, everyone. And we're gonna live, laugh, and love.
Sure. If you say so.
Questions? Taxamique. Yeah.
So has Whodunit been a very fun project to work on here at
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's like the most fun I've had working, and it's just like even the parts that hurt are fun. So
Yeah, we've kind of talked about how our mindset is like, we're not making a game that is like, we're not trying to prove anything. We're just trying to have fun. So the moment we start feeling pressure, that's like we're not having fun anymore. We have to downsize something. So and that's actually been working very well.
yeah,
For us, that works.
yeah, you know,
We happen to be crazy enough to just make a game anyway.
yeah, it's like you just go with the flow with that. But yeah.
I've seen you implemented a lot of like 2.5D stuff and things like that. Have you given much consideration to people with motion sickness and things like that? Because obviously some elements, some types of movements might kind of affect people, like screen shake and other things like that. Or
Yeah, so actually, I'm a good test person for that because I get motion sick for anything. Like any kinds of weird camera motion or UI motion, they can make me motion sick. So I'm kind of like my threshold right now. But also, I have done a lot of research regarding accessibility. You know, keeping anchor points on screen so that players like don't get motion sickness as easily. Just a lot of little things like that because we know that motion is risky. Especially with our UI, since we're moving things so much, we do want to keep that in mind. Yes, James?
We have a question from the chat. What's an example of implementing X was not fun, so let's not try that, let's implement Y instead?
Oh.
I think the 1, 2, 3 press mechanic, remember?
Yeah, we had this idea for like you could, like if a player was very observant, they could kind of keep track of like the interrogation screens during investigation sections where like character sprites would start to change a little bit as you learn things that were like plot relevant or maybe out of the way, like extra secrets and stuff that might like dig into some of the deeper stuff.
Yeah.
And then it was like this UI thing that would change. That would be like counting up.
Yeah, like an investigation hub, we have like a 1, 2, 3, and originally that was like the more nervous you got someone you're interrogating, they would like have some sprite changes, and then the 1, 2, 3 would go up, but it was like kind of secret, but it was like it was a secret counter, but we want the players to be aware. So it was a whole like design thing.
Yeah.
And we like when we notice that we're not having fun doing it, or if just the basis of the idea, it's like it needs work to be fun, then the whole idea is flawed.
Yeah.
You know, if like the idea is so poorly done that it needs that much work, then we just don't go with it. We'd rather do something that's punchy, that's easy to understand, because in a game that's mystery, you want to keep things mechanics simple, and like you want to give players all the information so that they can rely on you, the game designer, to solve the mystery by their own hands, if that makes sense. So yeah.
Michael?
You've been like working on this game for how long? I think it's like a few weeks. I'm so impressed on how quickly you are, and how do you keep organized and structured, and do you have like a milestone plan where you just go through? Because I'm just like, this is all going so fast. How do you do it?
We have an
Stay
issues
organized.
channel.
We
just
have
like
an
the
issues
server.
channel like the server. We have an issues document
Yes.
that just is called issues, and we log the things that are not done or that are problematic.
It's just like GDoc. It has a checklist, like bullet point list, and every time we have something that we're like, oh, we need to do that, we just add it to the list.
Yeah.
And then once we kind of like clear out most of it, and then like we're like moving on to a new phase of things, like we was like while we were working on it, then it was like pre playtest and then post playtest and then post second playtest, and it was like kind of like structuring it like those lists, and then
Yeah.
it's
It's like
that's the only organizational thing we've done.
yeah, like we really it is mostly like an exercise in communication.
Yeah.
Like being here of course allows us to constantly be talking to each other and like keep ourselves like organized. Like we do a little stand-up session for ourselves. Like we start out saying, okay, what are we gonna do? Okay, what can we like sync up on, etc. and then we just go straight to working.
And SGDC has been really helpful for that as well.
Yeah.
Because we're like, what are we gonna have done by next SGDC so that we have something to
We don't have milestones. We have SGDC
Yes.
to keep us like on check.
Spell has been huge. Yes.
Yeah, so we're actually back home. We're gonna keep doing SGDC, even if it's just like for us, or like, because are we
We
allowed?
can send in, yeah.
Oh, we're allowed. We mentioned we would. Well, I'm saying we will. I guess I like set ourselves up, but it like, yeah, like it has proven so helpful. So yeah, thank you, Spell, for that.
You mentioned that you have a tool on itch. Could you describe what it is and what it's called?
Yeah, so it's called Shiny Cards for Ren'Py.
Oh, wait, we can go back to the link.
Oh yeah. So essentially the tool, what it does is it adds functions to Ren'Py that allow you to... In Ren'Py there's something called transforms, and transforms are kind of like in Unity, you know, the position, rotation, etc. But in Ren'Py what's interesting is that those can be animated at the same time, and they can also respond to functions. So in Ren'Py, essentially what I did is create functions that track the mouse position and change a property of the transform. And that's not very well documented. It's just like something that I stumbled upon. So I decided to make the functions, for example, one for shifting hues, one for shifting the card around, like rotating it. And then what the asset mainly does is it does all the setup for you. Like it provides the base assets, like the little blue guy in there, provides you with the images so you can change them. It has like a little tutorial on like if you want to change the size or the effect, etc., etc. And it just has all the boilerplate so people can duplicate that and go crazy. So yeah, it's out for free if you're just interested in checking it out. And yeah, that's Shiny Cards for Ren'Py.
Okay.
But yeah.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate it.
Last one for on stream, Marijke.
I made it. Hello. It's been a while. I've been gone a month, I think. Hopefully it's not too much spoilers. Nope. And it's also working fine. For people who remember me or not remember me, I'm Marijke. I've been here for 4 years, probably. I think in March it will be, in May it will be 5. But yeah, I'm originally from Germany. I'm level 33, which means I'm 33 years old. I'm an artist and indie developer. And just so you don't have to ask, my favorite games are between Hades, Elden Ring, and Tiny Glade. So yeah, but all of you guys have already kind of done a 24 like recap. And I was like, I missed that deadline, so I want to do it myself again. So what did I do in 2024? I started my sole trader business here in Sweden. I had my first big client from Australia. They are called Common State, but they wanted us to do the branding for Super State, where you see this little banana that Matei and me worked on. It's been like a whole process, and I think it's adorable. And I traveled a bit around. I went to Germany, Austria, Slovenia, and in Italy with these guys on the bottom. It was amazing. And yeah, and Custom Chaos released. It's a game I've been working on as well for like at least 2 years, I think. And the mountains you see there, I was actually there, and it's the first mountain I ever climbed. It's 1,863 meters tall, and I was very proud because I'm afraid of heights. So that was amazing. But some people who followed me around probably knew that I've been also doing other stuff. Because in December 2024, so like the last month, there was a big deadline because I made my first pitch deck. I was thinking about how do I go through things, and actually Lene inspired me to just be like, hey, how about you try actually to make something with your game? So with my game ideas. And yeah, then press start, the Gründerförderung. It's a scholarship for people who want to found a game company. And it was super terrifying. I had 2 weeks and I spent so much time writing this and stressing out. So big thank you for everyone who helped me out just with mental support, proofreading it, but as well sharing resources. I'm infinitely grateful because otherwise I would have just totally panicked because I have never done this before. But yeah, so this was really tough and it took so long. So the deadline, I found out about it in October 15. The deadline for it was on the 17th of November. No, it was on the 30th of October. So I had like 2 weeks to do like this whole thing. And then it took like a month until the 5th or 6th of December to find out if you actually got taken or even been allowed, because you had to do all this paperwork as well. And I've just been like waiting and like, oh, maybe it will happen, but maybe not, probably not. But, so I was in the whole time in this waiting mode. But yeah, guess what? They seem to like it. So I actually got accepted. It's insane. I got the email with just like, we're happy to inform, and I already started screaming. My mom was in the kitchen, was just like, Mike, what happened? I was like, I got it. I got like close to a cry. Anyway, I was just super excited. And, you know, that means I'm kind of getting like 50,000 euros. Like it's technically 49 over the next 1.5 years to do exactly what I wanted to do, which is make my game, make a company out of it. And they also sending me to different events in Berlin and in Cologne. So I will have to present on Gamescom. And I'm so fucking hyped. I'm hyped, but I just wanted to say, I did the math, and then it was like, okay, there are taxes, and then there's also health insurance, because in Germany that's not the same thing. So taxes are 15%, and health insurance are between 10 and 15% too. So it might not get taxed, but it probably will. So it's more like about this kind of money, which is still good. So I'm not complaining. But if anyone from Germany knows a good tax person, then let me know, please. I need help. That also meant I had to very quickly move to Germany and do a lot of paperwork, which was very scary. But I managed to do that. So what will I do 2025? So now I will be working on my game in my studio. And why is this title there 2 times? I don't know, but my game is called Stille und Sehnsucht. There's no German title yet because I couldn't find one that relates to it. But it's basically silence and like desire. But I will talk about this because this will be to continued. And this is just a little sneak peek for the next SGDC, because I'm now going to start talking about my project. Questions? James?
So are you saying you're moving back to Germany?
No.
Okay, it sounded like it.
Oh, well, I kind of moved, but I will also be here, but I will also be able to pay.
On paper, you will be living in Germany.
Yes.
Yeah.
But also, yes. I don't know yet, but I am here. So, anyway, this is off-screen questions. Yes, more questions.
Are you planning on using any of that money to hire someone, or you're planning on doing it alone?
So, depends on. If it gets taxed, it will be very difficult for me to put money aside, because they will make me travel and I will have to go to classes and everything. But I will put aside as much money as I can to hire people. Like, if it not get taxed, I will be just using the minimum of the money and just put it in to hire people. So I already know that I talked to some people, so they know I will probably want to work together with as many people as I can, and if I can, throw money at you guys as well. So yeah, I will keep you posted, but for now I don't know how much money it will actually be. Because I pay like 700 euros of health insurance a month in Germany. So keep that in mind. It's going up very quickly. So yeah, it's crazy. Better stay healthy, I guess. Any more questions? I guess not. But I wanted to say, because I wanted to celebrate with you guys, I booked the round room, and I wanted to do that anyway, so I will make hot chocolate, and I already made a bunch of cookies, and I just want to hang out and celebrate, because for me this is one of the biggest things that ever happened in my career, and it's a huge dream come true, and I'm just like, wanted to give this back to this place because I wouldn't, without this place I wouldn't have been able to do this. Like, it's been the years that I got so much support from my friends here and learned so much and had support from everyone. And I don't know, this pitch deck, as I said, it's my first pitch deck and I already got 50,000 for that. That's kind of insane. And I wouldn't have been able to do it without the help from everyone here, people proofreading it and then also giving me feedback. I'm just so insanely grateful. So thank you so much, guys. This is amazing. So I wanted to give back, hopefully at some point with money, but for now with cookies. So thank you so much. Yes. Okay.
Wait, so you're saying it wasn't a big moment in your life when you got accepted to work as a chef here in the house? Okay, I see how it is.
It was,
Well,
but it's not for my game dev career.
so
Well, that's not true.
yeah, so anyone online who's looking to come and work at Spelkollektivet, don't bother. It's not that big of a deal. Apparently, it's way better to get a shit ton of money. Whatever.
Well, so much better.
Thanks for showing up to SGDC online, and see you next week. Maybe. Bye.